Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and more on WWE 2K24, where today we're rounding up lots of new deals that were released after the initial reveal had taken place. As the game's developers have been sharing deals on some of this year's changes, we have new confirmations surrounding the roster and arenas, plus we also have some brand new screenshots of this year's pre-order bonus. Before we get into any of that though, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest news on WWE 2K24, then please do hit that subscribe button and enable notifications so that you don't miss out on future updates. Kicking us off today, we have some brand new screenshots to share, starting with the Undashing version of Cody Rhodes, who's one of 4 exclusive characters in this year's pre-order bonus. Alongside Cody, we also have a new screenshot of his alter ego, Stardust, who also appears in the Nightmare Pack, with both screenshots coming via Australian retailer EB Games. Switching back to the Undashing version of Cody, this screenshot also brings with it the confirmation of the Ruthless Aggression Raw Arena, as the stage that's shown in the background is the version that was used between 2002 and 2005. Staying with arenas, we also have some additional ones confirmed, as well as some names for this year's roster, as the Xbox Store has posted the description for the Supercharger DLC, which states the following: unlock all WWE legends at launch, including Batista, Kevin Nash, Chyna and Yokozuna, as well as throwback arenas such as WCW Nitro, ECW One Night Stand 2006, SmackDown 2002 and more. So there's 3 new arenas confirmed, along with the confirmation of Batista, Kevin Nash, Chyna and Yokozuna. Moving on, and next up we have a ton of new deals that come via metro.co.uk, as they've shared an interview with creative director Lynell Jinks and associate gameplay producer Bryan Williams, who both went on to share new deals on this year's showcase, special guest referee and updates to gameplay. Starting with this year's showcase, the Showcase of the Immortals, Bryan confirmed that while there will be some overlap with matches that were featured in 2K14, there's also a lot of new content to look forward to. This is 40 years of the Showcase of the Immortals. You're getting new content, we're not just rehashing matches that we did in the previous one. Mostly, obviously, there's some matches that are so historic, but I know the designers, they went to great lengths. I'm so ecstatic. I thought last year's showcase was great, and it was, and I think this year is definitely going to top that. It's WrestleMania, right? Doesn't get much bigger than that. Given Bryan's response, and as we've seen in the trailer, we can expect some matches that were featured in the 30 Years of WrestleMania mode to return, as it wouldn't make sense to leave out some of WrestleMania's biggest moments. Speaking on the return of the special guest referee match, Bryan Williams revealed some of the things that players will be able to do in the match, stating, "This is something fans have been clamouring for a long time, and visual concepts have gone all out to make it shine. You'll get to perform all the tasks that you'd expect, from counting pins, checking for rope breaks and disqualifications." Bryan also noted that like previous iterations of the match, players will also be able to perform a screwjob finish. If somebody's in the submission, you can call for the bell before they tap, so it's all up to you on how you want to officiate and manage the match. There are checks and balances where your actions are governed by a meter, and should you go too far over the line, then you'll be replaced as the referee and a new referee will come in and you'll basically get kicked out. From Bryan's description, it sounds like the match type will mirror a lot of what we've seen in the previous version of the match on the PS3 and Xbox 360, as that version of the match also seen your performance governed by a meter, which would start out empty and then begin to fill as you followed the rules, with a full bar then allowing you to perform a finishing move or initiate a screwjob finish during submissions.
What happened?
On the other hand, if you ignored pinfalls and submissions, or began attacking one of the players, then you would find yourself ejected from the match, with this then triggering a short cutscene where the GM would introduce a new referee to take your place. One feature that the new version has that the old one doesn't is the addition of a referee attire, as while the old version of the match seen players appear in their regular outfit, in 2K24, playing as the referee will see you kitted out in a full referee's attire. Going on to share more detail, Lynell explained, "I like watching the AI, so if I choose to say I'm going against Finn Balor, but I make Dominic Mysterio the AI referee, Dom's going to count really slow if I'm pinning Finn, or just not call the interactions, right? It's that added level of heat. Based on these choices, you'll have to choose wisely as to who you select as the referee, as the AI takes into account the relationship between the players and factors that into their performance. In the next part of the interview, we got more information on some of this year's gameplay updates, where it was noted that the special move slots for signatures and finishes have been expanded from 3 to 5, and that you'll also be able to use all of your stock to perform a new super finisher, which is a more powerful variant to give you more of a chance of ending the match. Sharing more on super finishes, Bryan stated, "It also nullifies your opponent's resiliency, so even if you have resiliency and you get hit with a super finisher, it temporarily knocks that out of place. We really wanted the super finisher to be almost like the end all be all. If you can kick out of it, good on you, but it's going to be quite the achievement." We also got more details on one of the more fun elements to be added to the game, which was the ability to throw weapons, with the interview noting that this will work with the likes of trash cans, guitars and microphones. You really gotta keep your head in the swivel at all times, because you can have weapons and objects being thrown hither and yonder. If you're good, you can reverse it and catch it, and that gives you a lot of cool moments. One of the biggest teasers to come out of the reveal, and the one that'll no doubt get players talking, was news regarding MyFaction, as the interview notes an interesting twist when it comes to Unlockables being made available in other game modes, though stopping short of confirming how it'll work, the team were instead quoted as saying they hope to have some good news about that sometime soon. Going by the tease, it appears that 2K have listened to feedback around characters being locked to the mode, as players have been very vocal in voicing their frustrations that unlocks didn't carry over to the main game, so it'll be interesting to see how this is handled in 2K24. Finally, we also have some new confirmations coming via the official WWE 2K website, as should you browse the features section and scroll to the bottom, then the MyGM section confirms Tyler Breeze, who's set to return in his role as a selectable GM, with the background of the image also hinting at the inclusion of ECW as one of this year's brands. The image used for MyGM also appears to be taken from this year's main menu, as does the images that are used in the previews for Universe mode in MyFaction, which suggests that we'll see the same menu layout return, this time with a darker look and a red and blue background. Additionally, the MyFaction image also confirmed the addition of Karrion Kross, who becomes the latest superstar confirmed for this year's roster. Also shown off on the page were logos for this year's My Rise stories, Unleashed and Undisputed. So there's a roundup of some of the additional announcements that came out after the initial reveal. However, I do have one special announcement left to make, as I can reveal that I'll be flying out to Tampa on Thursday to attend a special hands-on preview, so I'll be able to try out some of the game's new features and record gameplay, which I'll then be able to share from February 1st. So stay tuned to the channel for that, and make sure that you have notifications turned on, as I'll have exclusive gameplay beginning next Thursday. Until then though, thank you so much for watching this video, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.